Yo, what's going on? This is Eddie. This is the Plus Vibe Podcast. We got Dalton here today, and my boy Tito.
The infamous Boner Pimpson, formerly known.
So what's going on, man?
Not much.
Tell us a little about yourself.
In regards to what? Like, do you want to talk about cars, or do you want to talk
What you
about
do with cars? You know, the shit that you have going on with the shop.
So initially, I'll just start from the beginning. Initially, I got into cars, young, like super young, with my dad. He always had Mustangs. Like, he always has Mustangs, but he always crashed them. It was just like the weird part. Like, typical Mustang owner just loved crashing them.
Oh boy,
right? But I used to go down to Englishtown I probably started when I was like 6. And they used to have like this free thing called cruise night on Tuesdays, bro. And I used to see like it was free, and like the line would be like to Texas Road, bro.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. It would be like to Texas Road, and that's when I got introduced to, like, I was always a Mustang. Like, I still am a Mustang guy, But that's
What? This is fucking news to
you
me,
didn't know
bro.
that? You did not know that?
He's like, excuse
no.
me.
Bro, I grew up on Mustangs.
So
Like,
you still, like, to this day, you would rock a Mustang?
I'm gonna buy a Fox body.
Ah,
See,
okay.
a Fox body I can fuck with.
Yeah, my dad still has. He bought a brand new 05 Mustang GT. When I say brand new, like, he put it in the computer and they built it for him, and he still has it. Like, he had 0 miles on it.
What year?
05.
Oh,
That joint has like 270,000 miles now.
Was that the year that
what-
they like first like?
What body
started,
style
like,
is that?
That
It's like
I don't.
Is that after the Terminator one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's
05, I feel like that's the first year that they like kind
They
of did
shifted.
the retro like.
yeah. They
That was the
shifted it.
first retro.
Yeah, they did the
one?
retro. It was like a retro. It was a retrofitted like cluster. They did that.
Yeah.
And then they did the front. Yeah, it was super
The
retro.
silhouette looks like the old Mustang.
Yeah.
I remember.
It's kind of
So-
like what started this like whole like
Yeah,
wave of
kind
where
of.
it's at like
Mhm.
now.
Yeah, like they kind of pioneered that. Like when it came,
Hell
like
yeah.
even if you look at the Challenger now,
Yeah.
like when the Challenger first came out, it was that. Like it
Yeah.
was like it was a retro old 7D Challenger. But anyways, not to get off track. I grew up at Englishtown. Literally grew up. Like when Tuesday cruise nights came around, I was going there. When Honda Day was Honda Day for
in its
real.
prime, yeah.
Yeah.
Not H Day, Honda Day.
Bro, Honda Day, like 06, 05, like, and I always grew up in the church. So, Sunday was the show. It was like the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and before even church, I would tell my dad, like, I just want to go and watch, like, the Hondas rolling. I wouldn't even go in. I would just sit on Texas Road and just watch them
Wow,
pass.
for real?
Yeah, bro. And then, so, like, years of doing that, and then I want to say, I don't know, I just always had love for the car, and like in its totality, I just have a love for the car. So I got into, that's when the Evo started first coming out. Like, well, I started seeing
To the
Evos.
States,
Yeah,
yeah.
like I started seeing Evos. I started seeing like people doing like, bro, when people used to slam like bubbles like EGs on like, well, they're not sprint hearts, but like, like they would slam them on the track cars,
wheels
like
or
the
something?
track
Yeah.
cars.
The track cars.
Woo!
Yeah.
I used to see that. I'm like, damn, that shit's crazy. And I used to see this guy. He worked at the Sicko by me, and he had a white bubble, slammed. It was like, I think it was like back then you can get a Type R for like dirt. Like you feel me? Like you can get a Type R GSR for dirt. And I would see them young. Like I'm telling you, I was like 8 or 9, and talking to the guy about his car. Walking home from school, I would see that bubble like parked, and I would talk to him. And then the RSX came out, the DC5 came out, and I was like, that's what I want. I wanted a DC5. So the first Honda I saw, and I was like, damn, like I want that.
That's crazy.
DC5.
I
Yeah,
would have
bro.
never thought that.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, seriously.
He threw me off with the Mustang thing.
Nah, bro.
I get
Yeah,
it.
yo,
I
you
get
fucking my head up today,
But
bro.
seriously, like I used to, like anytime I could go to Englishtown, I would go to like Mustang versus the World. I would go to like Mopar Nationals. I used to go to Summer Nationals. I went to like Pink's All Out when it was there.
Nice.
Like anytime I could get to Englishtown, that's what I used to do. I used to play sports and go to Englishtown. That's all I did. And like that is why I accredit like the knowledge I have now to a lot of stuff, you know, just because I've been exposed to a lot of stuff. And a lot of times we take that for granted, especially like our parents really exposing us to a lot of stuff. Like especially when I meet people, like new people, they'll tell me like, dang, bro, like what the heck? You're like one of the most versatile people I've ever met. But I accredit that to my parents and my upbringing because they never kept me in one lane. Yeah. They kept me in 10, 11 lanes at once.
Yeah.
You feel me? So then I started coming up and I started, so around, I don't know when they shut down Englishtown, but like I started coming up, like, and I used to see cars and I'm like, damn, like now I want a car. Like, broke ass kid, but I wanted a car. And I literally I used to like play at church for like $150 a week, yo. No bullshit. Like saving it up. Didn't spend a dime. My first ever car was in 1998. This is gonna blow your mind too. My first ever car was a 1998 Volkswagen GTI VR6.
Bruh.
Straight piped. Black.
Totally opposite.
Clean.
Like,
I bet that shit sounded sick though.
oh my god, bro!
No, VR6.
And I bought
Not
it.
a big
I bought
Volkswagen
it
guy,
from
but I will say them VR6s
best sounding, one of the best sounding
Yeah.
cars ever.
Hell
So,
yes, definitely,
like,
hands down.
some of my good friends growing up, when like we were out of high school, two of them have VR6 Jettas, bro. They sound so good.
Seriously.
Yeah, we would always meet up and cruise, and that sounds
One of the best
awesome.
sounding cars ever. But I bought that for $1,000 off for a friend of mine, and like I was, no registration, no insurance, just driving, bro.
Wow.
And the next day, so I bought that on, I want to say like a Thursday. The next day, I posted it up for trade, and I got an EG sedan, a slammed like that blue, that dark blue, and ironically, it was on those reps, like those track cars. Yeah. And I thought I was and it was slam, like slam lord. I thought I was the shit.
Track Rs.
Yeah, bro. And the funny part about that is I drove my GTI to the guy to trade, and when I was on the way home, like I was driving the EG home, and like the tire blew, bro, on the parkway.
Oh boy.
And like it was just by the grace of God, literally how I made it home. Like I didn't even have money to pay the tow guy. He just said, "Yo, fuck it, you just take it," Yeah, it was just crazy. Like, so fast forward, I went through a lot of stuff, like a lot of cars, but I always had love. Whenever I saw an EF, I'm like, yo, that shit is crazy. Like, whenever I seen an EF, I was like, damn, that shit is, sedan, wagon, hatch. I was like, damn. Like, whenever I would see one, I would be like, damn. Like, it would always, like, be, I respect the EF, but it was always like, I never thought I would own one, but I always was like, yo, that boxy shape, like the lines of the EF, bro, it's just crazy. So I think I sold everything. And like I just started fresh. And this guy, he was like in Burlington, yo, and this was back when I want to say 2014. When or was it 2014? It was somewhere around there. And this guy had like a clean behind EF hatch, bro, for $1,400. And I went like when I say
That's
clean,
a good price.
when I say clean, bro, like not like forget my car, like seriously forget my car. Like that thing was so clean, and I paid $1,400 for it, bro. I paid $1,400 for it, and that was
your
my
fucking luck trying to find anything like that nowadays.
No, seriously,
1,400.
Yo, it's case, and like it was a 4-speed, yeah. And
yeah,
like,
oh shit, you're the standard joint.
Yeah, it had no rust, bro. No rust in Burlington. And like that was my first like No, matter of fact, that's not my first EF. My first EF ever was a 91 SI. A 91 SI. It was white, and I bought that for $1,400 too. Like, it was clean. It was dumb clean, bro. And like, long story short, that got stolen on some weirdo shit. Yeah, like strong arm robbery stolen. Like,
oh yeah, I was about to say,
yeah,
man,
bro. Yeah, niggas burned down on me. Like,
that's crazy.
yeah, that's crazy.
Where at?
Bro, around me in Woodbridge. Like, it was like when the Honda game was crazy.
Yeah.
So the guy,
B20 VTEC.
yeah, like those days. And so the guy, long story short, he just came up. He said he had like an EG coupe because like that's the EG coupe was that back in the day.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I got an EG coupe. I'll bring it on a trailer or whatever. I'm like, all right. He pulls up to the house with a trailer, like with a flatbed, but there was no car on it. So I'm like, what the fuck?
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was weird. And they burned down on me and was like, yeah, like, you know, pulled a strap on me and everything. Like, yo, this is coming with us. And that's that. And I couldn't do anything because it wasn't registered in my name. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't do anything. And I just took the L, you know? Things are replaceable. So that's how I thought of it. Like, things are replaceable. So I recuperated, you know. I started making a little more money at church. And then I bought that $1,400 standard, STD hatch. It was clean, Canadian. And then that was my first introduction to like modifying. I had like diamond smoothies on it. Like,
that was my first car.
Yeah.
91.
The red one.
EF hatch, the standard, the 4-speed joint, man. Fucking first and second was
yeah. And so, I put the smoothies on it, got them for a dough. I was just in that era, like, in that era of my life, I was just I wanted to try everything. So, like, I had that hatch and it was clean, but it was like, I just wanted to try everything, but I didn't have money. So the only leverage I had were these cars to keep trading.
I feel like we all went through that era.
Yeah.
So I traded it for
like a learning
dumbass trade. Like, I traded it for a slammed Forester, like a not Forester. Is it Impreza wagon, a L wagon.
Those are nice.
They're nice. It was like a green. I remember bringing it to Wackfest. It was like a green, and it was tough, bro. AC was cold. It just wasn't me, you know. And I was just like, okay, I sold that. And then after that, I bought this. It was in the winter, bro. I bought this yellow EF sedan, son. Slammed. And I drove it from Philly.
Yellow sedan.
Yeah, it was yellow. It was
Custom
like
color.
Yeah, he rattle canned it.
Oh damn.
Stupid. But it was hard, bro. We used to call that thing the banana, son. Yeah. And if the people are watching, they know what I'm talking about. Like,
the banana.
The banana,
Shout
bro.
out to the banana.
Shouts to the banana, bro. Straight up.
Where do you think the banana's at now?
That shit is crushed. Definitely crushed, bro.
Straight up.
It's over with. Like, so I had the banana, bro. When I tell you that thing was low, but it drove so nice. Like, it coasted. I bought wheels for it. Everything. Bought wheels. You know, I didn't know what I was doing. Just a kid, just experimenting and shit. You know.
Word.
And I was going to school. Like, this is when I was at Middlesex. So like me and Cram, shouts Cram. You know, me and Cram would like cruise to school together. He would have the 5 series slammed, and I would have my banana slammed, and we would literally do like 45 down Route 1. Like, we would have class at 12:30. We would leave. Like, granted, Middlesex is like 10 minutes from our house. We would have class at 12:30. We would leave at like 11:50, and just get there on time because we were going so slow down Route 1. So stupid, bro. Cruising, like fast lane, doing 45. Like,
oh my god,
dumb as hell.
Wow. How did that lead to the EF you have now?
So I sold that yellow EF, and I went through a bunch of cars, and then
because like you had like a bunch of, you know, the Mercedes.
Yeah. The Benz is. I'm gonna be back in one probably next year.
I thought about
because
it, bro.
that was a time, and
The
it's
old
definitely
Benz.
Yeah.
190, bro.
Yeah, they're nice.
Nothing like them.
Something about them, yeah, they're
We
in
had
now.
mentioned it the last
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
190s are dope.
190s are OD. So, I went through a lot of stuff, and then what happened? I had a Mark IV Jetta. I took it to H2O, 2016 or 2015. I took it to H2O, and this guy, he like still follows me to this day. My son Derek, he like, he saw my car, he saw my Mark IV, and he was like, "Yo, I got an EF, like I got an EF for trade or whatever." And I'm like, okay, you know, like I wanted to get back into an EF because I was gonna put my money into the Mark IV, which Mark IVs, secret spot in my heart for Mark IVs too. Like Mark IVs are dope. They gotta be 2.0, but that was a great car too. I enjoyed that car. But he said, "Yo, I have this EF, you know, it has like a little rust." I'm like, "Okay, meet me at what is that? Garden State Plaza or something like that." Or it was Paramus Mall. I was like, "Meet me up there." And we met up, and I was just like, "Yeah, let's just trade." So I had this white EF, bro. I had a white EF. It needed a little work. So this is when I started making a little more money. So like a little more money with the church, and I had just started Forever 21, and I had just met Kai and Kleeklee's mom, Zai. I had just met her, so I started working at Forever 21, and you know, it was cool. So I had this EF, and like I was just like, "Yo, I want to do something different." You know, like I want to take my time and build this car.
Hitting you, right?
Yeah, I want to take my time and build this car. I got money now, so you know, I had money for the time, you know, so I had that EF and I took it to Mako. And I sprayed it black. No, before I even did that, I bought a set of work your own lines, like big lip work your own lines. They were like 15x7 plus like 15. Like with the bigger lip. And I bought the wheels before, and I test fitted them, and I test fitted them on the car while I was white. And I looked at it, I was like, I'm gonna paint this car black. I'm gonna paint this shit black. I took it to Mako, bro. Mako jobs back then were like fucking $700.
Yeah.
Like for decent ones.
Yeah.
Yo, they smacked my car. Like, and I put the Euro lines on, bro. I bought a Nardi Gara. Bought a Nardi Gara, put that shit on. It was low. Bro, literally, I would go, like, it looks so crazy to me. Like, even for the time right now, that shit would still be fucking crazy.
I do remember that car.
That was a nice look.
That was before I met you, but
that was a good look.
I remember seeing
it was cool. Yeah. Like, for the time, it was cool. And, like, I wasn't even into the EF rare stuff.
It was different.
Yeah. And it was like, and I bought clear tails for it. And that was like 2017. I bought clear tails for it, and then, yeah, bro, it was just crazy. Like that was the car that got me like, yo, I really, like, I love like building stuff.
What you did,
yeah. Like that was the car where I was like, yeah, I like doing that. Like I like building stuff. And then, as I got older, like probably like a year later, I realized how many corners I cut. So, like, my taste started changing. Yep. So, I wanted to, like, redo the car, but it was, like, too far gone. So, I was like, all right, let me just sell it. So, I sold it and bought a 190. So, I bought a 190. Around that time, I want to say around that time, Zai got pregnant with Kai. You know? So, I bought the 190, and Zai got pregnant with Kai. I built the 190. So, Kai was born in March, so I built the 190. I had like a Civic or something no, I think I had like a B5 as a daily or something, and I built the 190, took it to H2O, and then like I just had that in my. It was just like a missing void that I didn't have an EF.
That EF, yeah,
bro.
Right, bro. And this is when like, yo, I'm telling you, bro, like it really used to just be me and Graham. Like, you know, I never talked to anybody else but me and Cram. And sometimes I'll talk to Jake.
Yeah.
You know Jake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I would talk to Jake. It would just be us three in a group chat, and I would send stuff. Like I had switched jobs from Forever 21, and I was like manager at like ShopRites around up and down New Jersey. So I would send Cram like stuff, and I had the 190, and I sent Cram. It was like December. I sent Cram this EF. I was like, yo. It was only $1,700 back then, bro. Like, my car was clean. Like, it was clean when I first got it. Like, before I painted it and everything. It was clean. And it was $1,700 in December, right? So, November. So, this was November. How long have I had my car? This was probably November 20. I don't know. It was 2018 or 2019. Kai was born 2018. So this was was he born 2018? 9 plus 4. No, Kai was born in 2018. So this was November 2017 that I sent this EF to Cram, and I was like, yo, like, this thing is crazy. Yeah, this thing is crazy. Like, $1,700. I double back and look on Facebook Marketplace again, and it's still there in like January. I was like, I'm a fool if I don't buy this. I went there. It was an old dude, bro, mad old, and we meet him down in Toms River. It was like January 3rd, 2019 or 20, whatever it was. 29, whatever year it was. It was probably 2019, and I meet the guy. We see the car. It's clean. It literally has no rust but surface, like little surface rust. And we were like, yo, me and Cram said, yo, I don't know how nobody bought this.
They probably didn't take the time to go and look at it.
Yeah. It was crazy. Yeah. It was like, it fell in my lap. It literally fell in my lap.
Meant to be.
And then I bought it, and I remember bringing it home. I think I sold the 190 before I bought that. I did sell the 190 before I bought that. And it was 2019. And then so I bought it. And then this time when I had the EF, I had money. And I was more into like, I always had a knack for like the rare stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the rare stuff, like the Cali style, like the Cali, like low
something
wheels.
Different, something you don't see
like
all the
Cali low wheels. You don't got to do all that extra stuff. Just put it on wheels, put a Nardi in it, maybe a shift knob, and lower it.
Mm-hmm.
All this and all that time, I skipped a very intricate part, and I can't believe y'all niggas let me skip it. Ooh, excuse me. I can't believe y'all let me skip it.
You can curse on this shit, bro.
I can't believe y'all niggas let me skip it.
What's that?
When I started Wheel Club.
That's what I was
That's
trying to say.
That's kind of crazy.
That's what I was trying to wait. I was waiting for you to get into that.
So,
because you like all the rare stuff.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so when did that happen?
So that happened right as I got pregnant with Kai. Because I lost my job at Forever 21, and I'm like, damn, I got to do something. Like, I was panicking. So
yeah, you got a kid on the
I
way.
was young.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I was young. I was like 21.
Your mind starts thinking like,
yeah, I'm like, bro, I gotta do
shit.
something. Like, and I had like a BMW too, like a BMW E36, like LTW rep, and I sold that. That's when I decided to sell my old black hatch. Sold everything, and I went and bought like a Civic or something just to drive around. I'm like, dang, I gotta do something. I gotta start something. And like, I'm sitting here, I'm going back and forth with Cram. I'm like, yo, I want to like import wheels. And I started like doing my research on it, and I found my niche, yo. And it like worked. I tested it out. I imported my first set of wheels were a set of work your own line type ends. And I gauged the price of how much it would cost to import a set of 18s. It was like dirt cheap back then. I think I paid like $500 ship back then. Right now, everything is crazy, but
you're still getting the ones that you want, no problem.
So I was like, Cram, like, what would I call it? I was like, oh, I think I said something stupid like the wheel guys or something dumb. It was dumb as hell. Cram literally texted me Literally, it was just me and like I said, bro. You should just be me and Cram on Facebook, bouncing ideas off each other. And he was like, bro, call it Wheel Club.
Fire.
This
shit is
I
click.
heard that
Just
shit. I was
hit.
like, what, nigga? Like, that's hard. Woo! Don DeMarco. Yo,
That's awesome.
Wheel Club. He said Wheel Club. I said, yeah, that's it. I made the Instagram. My first customer was my man Sean McMemes. He bought the Euroline type ends off of me. And then I started looking at competition. Like, what are they doing? I started looking at competition. Like, the benefit was that nobody was doing what I was doing on the East Coast.
Yeah.
A lot of people were doing
That's
it on the
good.
West Coast.
Yep.
Because,
you found that market.
Yeah, and you think about the globe, Japan is closer to California. It's closer to the West Coast. So they were getting cheaper, they were getting everything cheaper over there. But the funny thing is they were getting everything cheaper, but they were still being greedy with their profit.
Mm-hmm.
I never wanted to be greedy. I just, I'm not going to say I didn't care about the money, but it was just like, I felt like I was providing a service to
you
a
wanted
community.
to be that guy that people can go
facts.
to.
I feel like that's what I was doing. So, like,
And that's honestly like what ended up happening. I mean, like, like anytime I ever talk to anybody about Wheel Club, whether I'm at a meet or a show or something, and it was like, yo, some dope ass wheels for a good ass price. Like,
and that's what I wanted it to be. Like, I could still make my coin, but it's like, why am I going to try to be greedy? Like, gluttony is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is.
You feel me? Like,
yeah.
that's nuts. So that was what, since I was a sole proprietorship and am a sole proprietorship, it was like I just had to feed myself. Like, I didn't really care. I didn't care. I just fed myself, and it wasn't about being super greedy. Like, I always I undercutted everybody.
But there's more than that. Like, I mean, from like an outsider's perspective, it just, I don't know, man. Just like the aesthetic and just like your choice of wheel that you have in stock, and like,
it's definitely your style behind it. 100%.
Absolutely. And that was the thing too. I was talking to a friend of mine about rebranding it though, like to get it more aesthetically pleasing. But I'll go into that. I feel like that's for a future, like that's for the future we're gonna talk about later. But so I started looking at what competition was doing, and within that, the funny part about that was it ties into how I styled my white EF when I first had it, because at the time, wait, what's going on? Oh, okay, so at the time, imagine we weren't recording.
Nah, keep going.
Yo, imagine.
Just checking. Making sure we're good.
That's happened once or twice. Well, I mean, like not to us, but to me.
Yeah,
I'm doing this shit.
He'd
a
probably
long
be
ass time.
I want to make sure we catching everything here.
He'd probably be fried chicken. Like, oh shit, we ain't recorded with this.
Hey, yo, that was a great conversation.
Yo,
but,
straight up, yo.
Can you
Honestly,
can you
yo,
say
it'd be like
everything
that.
again?
Nah, man. Sometimes I'll be by myself, looking around like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Dumbass nigga. Dumb nigga. But anyways, what were you talking about?
You were talking about Wheel Club.
Oh,
your
yeah.
style.
Yeah, so that was the funny. It all ties into how I first did my EF, because I always thought of it like Wheel Club. I always thought of it as like I know at some point it's gonna be like, when I first made it, I thought like, yo, I know it's gonna be like, well, they see this EF that's gonna click, and it's like, oh, that's the dude from Wheel Club, right? The ironic part of that is, I like now I never thought of that. Like, I thought of that in the beginning, but as I started doing it, I never cared about that. I just genuinely did Wheel Club because I love to do it.
Right.
Word, yeah.
I never thought of it as clout. I never thought of it like, oh, I got so many followers or whatever, because it's like, bro, followers don't mean nothing. Like that really means nothing. Like, it really means nothing.
As long as you're doing what you love, man.
What you love and treating people the right way.
100%.
Like, there was a point in time where I wasn't doing business like I was supposed to. Like, and it was just, and that show, like, it just shows, like, you know, when you get complacent in business and you just worry. Like, there was a point in time when I started to worry, you know, I needed more money, so I started to worry about the money, you know, and like,
of course.
nah, bro, like, it's not that, like, I didn't care about clout. I don't care about clout. I don't care about money. I don't care about none of that. Like, so to get back on track, that's how I styled the EF, you know, wheels, like rare wheels. I had Enki M5Fs, like with the you remember with the face with the face cap thing, and I undid the cap. That's what I meant. And it was white face. Everything was white. I had a Honda Access wheel, and yeah, bro, like I drove it like that for a season, yo. And like I remember meeting up.
That was
like,
the first thing that caught my eye, bro, when I saw that car, man. That Access wheel. I was like, yo, this man, like, yo, he knows about ES. He knows, like.
And the funny thing is, it's not even like Cram was the one like, yo, this wheel's kind of crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, yeah, that shit. But back then they were like $200, you know, they were cheap.
Yeah.
What are they running now?
I sold mine for, I think, like $600.
Yeah.
6 or 7.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, they're, but yeah, and like my thing too about that was like, I'm not hoarding these parts. Like, it's not serving a purpose in my garage.
I have a fucking bin full of EF parts that I'll never get rid of until I find the right one.
I don't understand that.
Explain.
All right, the thing is, I plan on getting an EF again, like, but I haven't found the right one that made me want to put all of that on there.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's like, it's shit that I know at this point, if I sell, I'm either never going to find again.
True.
Or if I do find it, it's
overpriced.
Like, I'm going to pay 5 times what I fucking paid for it.
So you're holding on to what you plan to do.
You know, there's some of these things I've had since like 2011, bro. Like 2012.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I never have an attachment to stuff. That's why, like, I'm always trying different wheels. I'm always buying and selling wheels. Like, I always put it different.
But it also represents what you do.
That too, and that too. It's a brand. Yeah, it's a branding. It's a branding thing.
Yeah, it's a fact. Yeah.
So
it's great, excellent. Like marketing.
Yeah, it's like
like the EF is like pretty much like your demo car.
No, seriously. Yeah. And I was thinking about like, yo, I want a shop car, but I'm like, bro, I got it.
Like you were saying, people were saying, yo, that's the EF from Wheel Club.
Yeah. And I never knew that. Like, you know, I never thought of it that way. It just happened that way, you know. And you know, I'm very grateful to where it, you know, it literally feeds my family. Like I'm great. I never take that for granted, bro.
It's wonderful, man.
I never take that for granted, like ever. And it's not, and I don't take it for granted because I know it can be snatched. You feel me? Like, I want to act. I want to go through life where I know things can be snatched, because you just can't take a lot of stuff. Life in general, just
man,
can't take it for granted, bro. People out here getting smoked over dice. People out here getting smoked over waffles, bro. Like,
it's wild.
It's crazy, bro. So
be grateful.
So I drove like that for a season, and then I remember Rav, like, was it Rav? It was one of them. It was somebody, and they was like, or I think it was Lou. It might have been Lou. Lou was like, bro, like, I remember meeting Lou, or I met my car was stock. This was before I even did anything to it, and I pulled up on like Nav, Andres. Who else was there? Willie was there. And I pulled up. The car was clean. It was painted, but it was stock. And they're like, damn, like, this EF is stupid. Like, you know, like, it was stock as hell, bro. The interior was clean. It was stock. They're like, yo, this EF is crazy. And Andre still had his EK4 co-size. Nav had a red Integra. Willie had his EG6 on, I think it was like lime green co-size or some shit like that.
I think they were Grand Lights,
Blue
no?
sedan?
No, Willie Wonka.
He had that white EG6.
Yeah, but it was on lime green co-size. If I'm not mistaken, that's what it was.
Yeah, that's
the
right.
white hatch.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
And they're like, who is this new little nigga? Like, never seen him before. You know, but it just was all like, you know how it be, like, it was just cool. Like, we were just cool and we just started talking. And Lou had he had a right hand drive EF that he got from somebody that got it from Cram. So the right hand drive black EF1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's around the time that I met Lou too. He had that.
And then so we were chopping it up, blah blah blah, and then I disappeared. And I've always been the loner that, like, you know, people know, but I don't really
kept to yourself.
Yeah, I don't really mix with people
I know
like
how
that.
it
I
is.
don't do that. But I think I got like invited. I think I started seeing Raph around. Like Raph was starting to get he was starting to come up. Like he had his Integra was J front at the time, and that's when Bobby's car was like crazy in like 3 weeks. His Type R was crazy in 3 weeks, bro. No bullshit. Like spooned out, spoon buckets, spoon everything. Like it was insane. And then I started seeing Raph around. I started seeing Bobby around, and Carlos, this other Carlos who had a right-hand drive DC5, and I disappeared. And then I came back, and my car was lowered, you know, and wheels. And then that's when I like got invited to like this rollout to this meet, and I met Chris, I met C Poncho, I met all of them, and like I was just rolling. And bro, the rollout was insane. Like the rollout was literally crazy. Like it was so crazy. Like us driving down Route 9, like it was insane. And
It's a good feeling.
bro, it was crazy.
Yo, that's like my favorite part of like this whole car thing.
Yeah.
Man.
The best part about it is all
just
just
mobbing
with the
cruising
boys.
together. Yeah, man.
But you know the thing, I might get criticism about this. It's like there is certain rollouts that go harder than other rollouts.
Mm-hmm.
Like think about, I'll do it like this. Remember y'all niggas had that S2K rollout from the car wash?
Yeah.
Bro, that was the craziest rollout I've ever fucking seen.
Oh, that
Oh
night,
my
that
god,
night. Oh,
that shit was
yeah,
so
that's right.
fucking crazy.
That's right. It was me, you, Marvin.
We
Andres
had all
had
the
his,
S2000s
Yeah,
lined up.
Andres-
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it
Andres
was
had
just
the
y'all
right-hand
four.
drive.
I really think it was just y'all four.
Nah, there was
believe.
another one. I feel like
I don't know, bro.
No, it was y'all four.
I still got
remember
that video on my phone.
Bro, that shit was so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Because it's
Wasn't
like
that-
all the
That
styles
was the first
matched.
couple of meets that they had at the wash, right?
Yeah, it was like the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like all
That was a night.
that shit.
Yeah,
That
was a night.
rollout matched. A lot of people don't understand. Like, I hate being a part of rollouts that don't match.
Yep.
It really blows my shit.
You gotta
What do you
have
mean
some
as far
type of
as
theme
just
to
like-
it.
Like
It's
if
gotta
you
be set
have
up.
this the like a certain style of car.
Like brand or
no,
like
I'm just saying style.
oh,
Like,
style.
like
oh,
aesthetic.
yeah,
so
yeah,
like
yeah,
think
I feel
about think about if Kev, Chris, Carlos, Andres in the white hatch rolled out.
Yeah, just all white.
You feel me?
Yeah.
you. Yeah,
aside from well, I'll take Chris out because I feel like Chris and Raph rollout is insane.
yeah.
Like Chris Integra and Raph's Integra
Oh my
rollout
God,
is
yeah.
fucking stupid.
yeah.
And you
have
add
the,
and
the
even
TSX now with the all whites.
yeah, I know,
shit.
but still, I don't give a fuck what you say. Like I will take Chris's Integra over his TSX any day.
I mean,
His
yeah, I think
Integra
anybody
is-
would.
Yeah.
I mean,
not taking
that
away
shit's
from the
iconic.
TSX.
Of course, he hasn't had enough time with it.
Yeah,
yet, you know,
the
like-
TSX is crazy, but
Yeah,
it's
that
like
shit goes
yo,
stupid.
Chris's blue Integra is retarded
Bro,
and
that
it's
shit is
timeless,
just-
right? So you think about this rollout. You think about Raph, Chris, Brian DC2.
yeah,
That rollout's stupid.
yeah.
Mhm.
That's insane, and it's small, but it's so loud and it's so dense.
Joel's Integra too.
Yeah.
Joel. Okay, so I'll put Joel, Kev, Carlos, and Andres.
Yeah,
That rollout would be insane.
yeah.
You feel me? Like if
Yeah.
if
It's
you get
gotta
what
be
I'm
set up
saying,
a certain
that's
way.
a
Yeah.
style. Like it's
Mhm.
a style of rollout
man.
that make it. That's
Ralph
what
did good
makes
with
it.
that in New York when he did like the different setups. That he did the Type R one in New York, where all the Type Rs,
Yeah.
and then he did the S2000s the last time we were there. it works.
That's
it
how.
looks great.
That's how I look at.
And
That's
then
how.
they did the hatches, the EK hatches across. The setup was
that
fire.
shit was stupid.
Yeah.
So
it,
then
it has to work. Yeah.
So then, you have outliers too, though. Like one outlier is Vic. Like
Yeah.
Vic is, I feel like he's in his own lane because he has like that street East Coast style, but it's still presentable. Like it looks so good, and I'm not like East Coast car, track stance, but it looks so good. Like it's such an outlier, such a unique outlier. It looks really good. I tell him
I
all
feel
the
like
time.
JR's in that lane too.
JR is in that lane too.
Yeah.
It's like there's no set style.
Definitely
It's
street aggressive.
Yeah.
Look,
It's like, and you don't really have a style. I don't know. I can't explain it, bro.
I know what you mean.
There's a like when it comes to rollouts, like that's how I look at stuff. Like if style matches style, like it's over. Like that's what a rollout really. I'll be like, damn, that's fucking stupid.
See, I could definitely like like appreciate like a rollout like that. But when I see like a rollout like everybody in SSB together, you see all the different styles like all in one.
That's kind of crazy
like,
too.
Like you kind of get like a little
You
piece of
remember
everything.
when we rolled into the
passing
park
by.
in Philly?
That was stupid.
That was dope.
Oh, I didn't
too.
go to that one. Did you?
Oh,
Did you go
yeah,
to
that
the
was a
one
good
where we went? We all met up at my house first, and Kai was riding on his little thing in the middle of the street.
I don't think I was.
There was a few of those.
That was a really big rollout too. But yeah, so long story short, I met up with like one of them and we rolled out to like a meet, and then I started seeing like I always been into like the track kind of style, but like I've always been in my own lane with like like the low car Cali stuff. Like people weren't doing that over here, and it's not to say like like that gets misconstrued too. A lot of people do stuff and just say like, oh, I'm the only one doing it out here. Like not necessarily because they like it. They just want to be so unique and stuff like that. Yeah, like it wasn't that, like I just literally love that style. I literally love that style. And then so I don't know when I started, I always wanted a bucket seat in my car. But it was like, the style don't match if I got like end keys and stuff on my car, and it just wouldn't look right. So I think Raph had like an SPG, and he put his ICB in. He was like, "Yo, you want to buy my SPG?" I was like, "Yeah," and we like fucking makeshifted like the rails.
Oh yeah, dude! I remember the first time I got in that thing, bro, and I sat. I'm like, yo, where's your fucking seatbelt buckle? He's like, nah, yo, we don't talk about that shit.
So it's in here though.
The EG6, we got like the EG6 rail. It was like an EG6 driver rail in my EF to like fit the SPG, and it was like perfectly sitting.
Nice.
Put the SPG in, then I bought a Charge B wing, painted that, put it on. Then I found Regas on Marketplace 4x100, painted them black. And that was like a good time for my car. Like
that was iconic.
Yeah,
right
it was
there.
that was a great time for my car.
Era.
But it was like it just I don't know. It was quiet. It looked cool. Then I put the Feel sticker on the back of it. Had not one Feels part, but just put the Feel sticker on it.
Just that kind of vibe.
Yeah, and then I started then I started experimenting with wheels and specs and stuff like that, and then I remember putting like CF48s on my car, which was a very good. I have CF48s on my car now. And then I just got sick of like how high it was, so I just slammed it. I slammed it. No. Before I did that, I put a Zero Fighter exhaust on it.
Down the middle.
Yeah,
man.
I put a Zero Fighter exhaust on it, and then slammed it. And then
And you did it the right way.
Yeah.
Not just chop the bumper and leave the old. You got it filled.
Yeah. So I was riding around with the
dope.
hole in the thing for like a year, and then, what happened? Then like the car was down. I wasn't really happy with it. I was contemplating selling it. Running through seat. Like I've noticed now with like building cars, like, yo, always never cheap out. Like if you want a part, save to get it.
Word.
Because you're constantly going to change out the part because you don't have the part you really want. You know, like
Yeah, that takes time to learn, though.
Yeah.
We've all learned that.
And you
shit.
waste money doing that. I
Oh.
wish I just literally bought my car and put it exactly how it is now.
Yeah.
You know?
You got to experiment. You got to, like,
Yeah.
learn what you like.
So
It
then
all comes together.
slammed it, whatever. Then that was last season, and then I was waiting for this lip to drop. It was like a sweeper lip, basically like in a seed, like Mo Parfume lip for EF, and they made only 10 of them, and I got like the last one from like Kenji over in Cali, and he shipped it over, and that shit was sitting in the basement. And then I was like, I want to put the lip on, and then I think I pulled up on K one day, and I was like, yo, I want to do, like, I pulled up on him on accident. I was like, yo, I want to do my car. Like, can you fix the rust? He was like, yeah, when I call you, just be ready. I was like, okay. And then he actually called me, and he put my lip on. He painted a few bits. Him and Tito, they painted a few bits. They covered the hole, but I still wasn't happy with it. You know, I had like an ICBC in it. I just wasn't happy with it. It looked good. It looked cool.
Yeah.
Just wasn't happy with it. And so I just sold that. I sold them. I got like bride seats. Wasn't happy with it. The seats I always wanted were Fields buckets. I always wanted them. Them shits popped up on HML. I was like, yeah, I had to cop them ASAP.
You still got them?
Yeah, bro. They're in the car.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Nice. I saw when you put them up.
Yeah, but them shits are in the car. That I think I got them the Friday before Week Fest East, and put them in.
Can you say you're happy with how it sits now?
Oh hell yeah!
Nice.
It's just, I just need skirts, and I want M7s, but like it just makes no sense to buy M7s. Like, bro, them shits are like $5,000. It just makes literally no sense.
Yeah.
You know, and they're not like crazy for $5,000. It makes no sense to buy. Yeah, just dumb. But yeah, I'm very happy with how my car sits. It's just like little stuff now. You know, I want to take my cage out and probably chrome and polish it.
Yeah.
You know, like chrome
And
or polish it.
Do you keep it at the shop?
No, I keep it at home. That steep ass driveway. I was trying to get in that driveway. Yeah, that shit's OD. I keep it at home. Cram just took his 8 to the shop, so basically, you know, when people come down, you know, they can see the 8. 8's cool.
Yeah, man.
You know, the 8's really cool. But even with the shop, you can get into that too. You know,
Go
I was
for it.
doing wheel club for, this was my 5th year. It started in 2017, so yeah, it's my 5th year. And I literally hopped on Craigslist, like, out of a limb, like, damn, I really want like a space. And I hopped on Craigslist, and bro, literally, like, the first thing I see is the shop space
Wow.
for $700 a month.
Nice.
Like, storefront, garage, $700 a month. I hit him
Great
up.
Price.
Great. For the area,
God.
for the
yeah,
location,
shit.
Great price, man.
Damn.
for the location, like how it is.
Sure.
Went there. He said, I just talked to him. He was like, yeah, I don't want anybody else here but you. I was like, okay. And then I started importing stuff, you know, like just to have it on hand. Like right now it's small, you know, I'll get into containers and stuff eventually. But right now I'm trying to, like, I don't really have that much space. So I don't really want to jump the gun. I'm trying to get the bay to the next bay. So, you know,
Baby steps.
and yeah, that's what I was going to say too. Like,
Yeah, man.
it literally took me 5 years for a space I wanted for those 5 years, you know? So like, you know, it's like, we were literally talking about like self-criticizing ourselves where we think like, you know, we're not doing enough.
Yeah.
You know,
Always.
like I remember telling you like, bro, like, you know, when we would have those talks, and I'm like, bro, like, you got to understand where you at. You
Yeah.
feel me? Like, a lot of people don't get to make money
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
doing what they love to do.
It's
Like-
easy to forget, like, how far you've actually, like,
Yeah.
come.
Yeah, because we are literally, as a society, we are fixated on what the fuck we don't have. Like, we are
sure.
brainwashed
Yeah, man.
to that. And it's like,
It's a blessing to do what you love.
yeah, and
to
make
make
money.
money from it. Yeah.
Like, that's
doesn't
insane.
feel like work. You're chilling.
Yeah, you always chilling. You know, it's And you know, Wheel Club is definitely, it's really, you know, I gotta get out of myself because I be lazy sometimes. So it's like I don't even feel like fucking doing this today. But it's like there's a drive there. It's like I will look at my daughter or my son, you know, I'll be like, oh, I gotta do this today. You know, I have to.
Yeah, man.
So, you know, and that was the thing too, like, you know, we were talking about society being bound. Like, you know, like I don't ever want to be in, like, it's not living. Like corporate America, you know, I'm making a very, you know, general statement. Because, you know, everybody's situation is different and everybody is not graced to be an entrepreneur. Some people just like being the janitor, you know? And that's okay. Like, we have to respect people as if they're the CEO or the worker. You feel me? So I'm making a general statement, but like today I really saw like society being bound and it's not living, bro. Like, that shit is not living, bro. It's really not living. Like, to try and change yourself to like impress other people and like it's just insane. Like, that shit is insane. You know, I always tell people like
that's why a lot of people are unhappy.
Unhappy because it's like
somebody they're not.
And being chameleons, like that's crazy. I can never be a chameleon.
Word.
Could never. Like I would. What the hell? That's crazy. I'm disrespecting myself, trying to conform.
Sure. Yeah.
And that ties to the car scene too. Like people trying to just, you know, do the cookie cutter shit. Like, yeah, let me grab let me grab an Integra Type R, put a spoon banner, put Regas on it, put spoon under decal, DC5 Recaros. You know, like it just because that is what's in, and there's no lane to where it's like, I don't know what really works, but I don't know what really works, but I know this does.
Yeah, I've seen what works.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Exactly. I know this works, so you know, niggas are gonna be like, okay, I'm cool. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, nah. That shit's weird as hell. Like, that's mad weird. Like, I don't understand.
If I do it exactly like that,
yeah, I'm in. Cool people are gonna talk about me. I'm gonna have the clout. Like, no, bro. Like, stop.
Fucking comment under your pictures. Yo, what are your wheel specs?
Like, seriously. And you just want to copy him, you fucking weirdo. Mad weird. So it's like, I don't know, bro. It ties into the car scene. Like, people are really bound by a lot of stuff. You know, society really is fucked. Like, it really is, bro.
For real, man.
It really is. Like, and, you know, we were talking about, you know, walking in liberation. Like, I literally, you know, I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
You know, it is an honor. It is an honor to walk anywhere and be Dalton James Williamson at all times.
100% you.
At all times. No, I can be at church. I could be home. I could be with my kids. I can be with such and such. Like, I'm going to be me 100%.
Zero outside influence.
Nothing.
It's great.
You know, I mean, not zero outside influence. There's whole lot of people that like influence me.
Well, I meant like nothing trying to change who you are.
Yeah, nothing can.
But we're all inspired by a bunch of things.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But we, you know, give back in our own ways.
Yeah. So, you know, that is where I am right now. Just like, you know, I just want to spread like, you know, awareness in that, you know, like it's okay to be different. Like, it really is okay to be different. Like, people will honor you more because you stay true to who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, people will accept you more to stay true to who you are. Like, niggas will really dislike you because you're yourself. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, you'll literally sit and be puzzled why people don't like you.
They feel that they can't do that.
They can't do that, and they're literally living in a lie, right?
Yeah.
So they have to constantly live in that lie and lie. Just keep lying to portray something they're not. And it's like, bro, this nigga is himself at all times. How he get to do that? And I can't. You know? It's crazy, bro. My son D. Arvis broke it down like that. Like, shouts to D. Arvis too. Like, he broke it down like that for real. So, you know, and that's just happening with, you know, my walk with God too, you know. Bro, he is literally the head of my life, you know. Like, he really is. He got me through a lot, you know. and taking them seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta take them seriously, bro. So it's a journey, you know. Everything is a journey. Everything has been a journey. Fatherhood, you know, like just being a better person, you know. That's where I am now, you know. I know where I done fucked up, you know.
Yeah, bro.
Fucked up, obliterating people. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
just because I'm not right within myself and I'm doing that to, you know, myself inadvertently, I'm not doing it on purpose. It's just I'm not right within myself, so I can't handle people when I'm not correct.
You recognize.
Yeah. It's
Try
an
to hold yourself
accountability game,
accountable.
man.
Yeah,
Gotta be accountable, bro. For real.
it's great, man.
So that's really the gist of it, you know. I know we went all over the place, but like that's really like
It's all
the
good.
gist of it, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, definitely, you know, I think having kids too, like, change, bro. That shit changed me, bro. That shit changed me. Like, I literally, like, the stuff I do, like, I always think of like, yo, my kids is watching, like, you know, like my kids got the same last name as me, like. I'm doing bozo shit. You feel me? If I'm doing bozo shit and
Right.
people like, yo,
Helps keep you in line.
yeah, like, yo, wasn't your daddy over there doing X, Y, and Z? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I think. Even though they're 4 and 1, that's literally how I think. Like, wasn't your dad doing some stupid shit? Like, yeah, nobody
you don't
would.
ever want that for that.
Nobody would ever tell.
Yeah.
No way. Not a chance in hell.
It's crazy that more people don't think that way.
It's crazy. It's insane. And, you know, I'm 27. You know, I made my mistakes earlier. You know, and I still have a whole lot of growing to do. But it's like I made my mistakes earlier. You feel me?
I think the key here is that you learned from them.
Yeah. A lot of people will make the mistakes and just continuously make the mistakes. Don't hold themselves accountable and just be like, yo, fuck it. Like, I don't care. This is who I am. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
Not
Like,
realizing that knowing is half the battle to bettering yourself.
it's insane, bro. Like, life is crazy, man.
Sure
Like,
is.
it really is crazy. But that's really the gist of like how, you know, I got into cars and wheel club, and it's way more complex. But we will literally be here for like 4 hours. You know,
I appreciate
Like,
you sharing what you did.
yeah.
Man.
So it's just
What
I-
can you say you got coming up next? Like, what are you working on?
So right now, I'm just really trying to build up my stock with like wheel club and stuff. You know, the car, and I'm trying to move. You know, trying to, you know, hopefully, you know, I'm gonna rent for a little while, and then become a homeowner at some point. Trying to do that before 30.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel as though if I stay focused, I can. You know,
Yeah.
you know, you got the
of
realtor
course,
on the left of me.
bro.
You know,
Yeah,
the realtor.
I know a guy.
Yeah. You know, so it's like that's what I'm doing now. In regards to wheel club, I'm definitely gonna try to for what's next year, 2023. Yeah, for 2023, I'm gonna try to definitely hold like more meets there.
Nice.
You know, get the like storefront looking like aesthetically pleasing and stuff like that. Have more stuff on hand. Get into like the clothes and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, get the outside, you know, it
Do some merch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
stuff like that.
Do you have your stock on the Instagram page? Like everything
Yeah.
you have up.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make like a highlight for that too.
That's good.
And then
I seen that works. Like current stock, you could do a highlight of
Mhm.
what's there.
yeah,
size.
and it's like every week I'm getting something.
Yeah.
So, like last week was insane. Like everything flew, bro. Like everything
Nice.
flew. Like it was crazy. Like I ran out of stuff.
That's good, man.
Yeah, it is.
Good
You
for
know,
you.
it definitely is good. Again, I'll say it like, don't take it for granted, bro. Like
Nah.
all this stuff
It's
fell
good
in
when
my
you have a
lap.
product and you can't hold on to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
You know, all this stuff is just fell in my lap. You know, and it's just about being relentless, bro. Like if you really want to do something, you're gonna do it. If you're relentless and you're focused on it, it's gonna happen. Ain't no way it won't happen. And I still like downplay myself because it's like, I'm not really doing shit. Like you know what I mean?
But you're
like,
doing what you love.
yeah. But it's
Counts
like
for something.
in other people's eyes, it's like, yo, like the wheel club nigga, like he cool people's like he lives a life I want a life like that. I was like, you don't really want it.
It's inspiring to some to do
it is.
whatever they love.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
That's a good point to make. Like, I mean, I feel like I'm not doing nothing, but if it inspires you, then go for that.
Absolutely. And then, so that was the Wheel Club, and I'm gonna go back to school. I'm gonna be in education, so help the youth.
Nice, man.
I wanted to help the youth, middle school, high school. Try to help the youth, be a guidance counselor. I feel like that is my purpose, and we all talk about purpose too. You gotta have purpose, bro. Gotta have, and if you don't have, you need to find it. You really need to find your purpose in this life, cause it's like, what are you living for? No purpose. What you living for, bro? Like,
yeah, man. You dive deep enough, you'll figure it out. It's in there.
Heck yeah,
it's in there.
So I'll do that, and just father, bro. Trying to be the best father I really can. Try to be the best father, and in turn, inadvertently, being the best father you can be, you'll turn into the best person you can be, and vice versa.
Be the best you for those around you.
Got to, bro.
It's awesome, bro.
Got to, Just try to spread love to everybody. Like, me and my friend Darion, we literally say it. Like, it's really crazy. This statement is crazy. Like, I really love everybody. Like, I literally love
I feel that.
Everybody.
I feel that.
Like, I may not fuck with you, but I love you. And I literally don't wish any ill intent on anybody, because I literally love everybody.
I have that mindset.
Love every single person to ever exist. Every single atom to exist. Yeah. Shout out to Adam, too.
Yeah, word up. What's up, Adam?
Adam's the fucking bro.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Yeah, word up.
I fucking love Adam. Shout out to Adam. That's my guy. Talented behind the lens.
I'm thinking of a different Adam. I'm thinking about Adam. We just talked to Adam.
Who's that?
But yeah, shout out to that Adam.
Yeah, I like Adam.
Edo
Just
Adam.
had Adam up here.
Yeah.
Shop at Ace Smith.
Yeah. Shout out by A. Smith. That's the guy, right?
Adam. Yeah.
Shouts to Adam. What a great guy. Genuine guy.
Yeah, definitely talk to the guy if you ever see him at a meet.
No, seriously, talk to him.
You'll be pleasantly surprised.
Pleasantly surprised. Don, put some funny shit in. Click some funny shit. Nigga gonna put on the fucking laugh like a dummy. Put some other funny shit on there. Do one more. Do that one again.
He gave the spooky look. What? Yeah, it's hilarious, bro.
Yeah, that shit funny as hell.
It's
but
hilarious.
yeah, it was a pleasure. You go, oh shit, hold on.
Yeah, the table, bro.
It's a pleasure you guys having me. It's fun. What time is it?
Thanks for coming, man. Yeah,
like
it's
literally 2 hours past.
Wrap this up. Appreciate you coming, man.
Look, there's Cleo. You see Cleo? Look at Cleo. She love her bad. I love you, Cleo. She be on my back. She be on the back of my shit.
Shout out to the fam.
Yo, shout out to the fucking fam, bro.
Shout out to the fam, bro.
She be on the back of my phone just in case. Like, boy, focus. You better focus.
Yeah,
so
it's a good reminder.
Set
of reminders are
a
key,
daughter,
man.
bro. A daughter is different.
Yeah.
A daughter, that love is different, bro. Like, I love my son. Like, love them both.
Is that one of your best life moments?
Yeah. And Cleo was born in a bathtub.
Oh, wow.
We delivered her in a bathtub, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, that shit was fucking crazy.
Wow.
Deliver her in a bathtub. So I literally was on all fours, like, pushing her out. And, like, no epidural, nothing. Like, I was home, sleep, and she calls me. She's like, yo, this baby's head is coming out.
Oh, my
I'm like,
God.
stop fucking playing. She's like, no, like, I feel her coming out of me. I'm like, okay, I'll be there in 5 minutes. Literally got there in, like, 3 minutes. I ran all the red lights. Didn't give a fuck. Send it. I get there. She's literally slouched over, like, trying to hold the baby in. And, like, the ambulance was taking how long? I'm like, bro, we about to have the baby in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Fuck?
It's coming. That's
Yeah.
it. No time.
About to have the fucking baby in the bathtub. She gets on all fours. And then, like, finally the police, I'm, like, standing there. I'm like, bro, I really have to deliver this baby, like with my hands out, you know.
And you did.
No, luckily the police officer came
Oh man.
and she like pushed her out. No epidural, nothing, bro. Just pushed her out, bro. The placenta and everything came out. This bitch gonna get up and walk out the bathtub like nothing happened.
Wow.
And Zai, if you're watching this, you're
Amazing.
nuts.
That was amazing. Wow.
Well, I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, she had a whole baby. Like, Cleo was literally just sitting there looking dumb.
Holy shit.
Cleo was really looking stupid.
Come on.
All right.
Hey, yo.
She was mad potato-y. And, like, Zai's just going to get up and go. Like, how are you going to get up and walk to sit in a wheelchair? Like, that's really fucking stupid. Like, if you really sit and think about that, like,
yeah,
you're going to get up.
Come and have a seat over here.
You're going to have a baby and get up, walk out of the bathtub, and sit in a wheelchair. You might as well sit in the passenger seat of the ambulance at that point. You feel me?
It's wild.
Probably exhausted.
Holy
bro.
shit.
She wasn't exhausted because she just got up.
Light work.
Say, yeah, I delivered a baby. What?
Oh
What
my
happened?
God.
What happened? And she was like hostile. Like, she told me, she was like, get staticky, nigga. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm your friend. Like, what the what? I'm literally your friend. She's like, yeah, I had the baby, nigga. I thought she was from Brooklyn or something. It was weird. But anyways, so Cleo
Yo.
came. Kai was different because Kai was born in a hospital. That's what normal people do. Literally, if you can have a baby in the hospital, do that. Like, just do it. So Kai was born in a hospital, and like when he was born, I didn't really feel anything until like he was born. I saw him. I was like, damn, that's crazy. I left, went to church, came back, and that was my first time holding. No, it wasn't my first time holding him, but when I held him the second time, then that shit hit me.
Mm.
Woo. Ain't nothing like it, bro. I want to have mad kids. I want like 2 more kids.
Hopefully in the hospital.
Yes. It'll probably be in some weird place like a fucking McDonald's. Like
Fucking not another race of meat.
A different time, everyone.
Yo, you bitch gonna have the
Different
baby in
place.
McDonald's. Like, what the fuck? Dumbass shit. But anyway,
Shit.
yo.
It's a trip.
That's fucking crazy. But yeah. Yeah, having a kid, having kids is crazy. Like that was crazy. Like, it's not as crazy as people make it seem. But it's pretty crazy. Like, I remember we were at a meet before Kai came, and Cram was like, I said, oh, Zai's about to have the baby. He's like, okay, well, this is the last time you're not a father. So I'll see you. When I see you again, you're going to be a dad. That shit hit me so hard. It was so candid and, like, so, like...
Yo, Cram's got a way of saying shit like that, yo.
Bro. He said, yo, when I see you again, you're going to be a father. That shit, I said,
Shit's deep.
I was like...
Hold up a second.
I was driving home like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't have no hands on the wheel. I was just sitting there like this. Like that. I was like, what
Car's
the
just going.
Yeah. Autopilot, nigga. And I was like, damn, I'm really about to be a dad. And so, yeah, Kai, he, you know, I, with fatherhood, I like, you know, I didn't want to be in fatherhood, but it's like, my thing is like, my responsibility is to them. Like, I made you, so why the fuck wouldn't I take care of you?
Word.
That's so dumb. Like, I look at deadbeats and I'd be like, just how could you do that? Like, how could you? Like, my kids are literally my life. Like, they really are. Like, everything I do is for them. Like, literally everything. I think about them all the time. Like, today I went back into, like, you know, working, just, you know, for a holiday season, get a little more cash. And I was away from them, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't think about this part. It was weird. Like, it was weird not to be around them today. And I was saying, I'm like, I don't know if I could work here because I need to see my kids.
Right.
So
It's wonderful, man.
yeah, it is.
Happy for you, bro.
Thank you. I hope you guys have kids.
One day.
I don't know. Someday, maybe.
Yeah, y'all niggas is old. Like you're like 37.
Chill.
He's
kid.
37. You're 35, right?
33.
Both
Damn,
33,
nigga, you
man.
old as hell. How old are you?
33.
God damn. Y'all bitches is old. The fuck?
Oh my god.
Nigga?
That's not old, bro.
That's old as hell, bro.
I've been feeling dusty lately, bro.
No, dead ass.
Nah.
I know
You're
y'all
dead.
niggas back to be hurt.
Nah, I don't feel anything.
Shut the fuck up.
Great.
Just, nigga just lying on the podcast. Shut up, Eddie.
Chill.
Y'all niggas is old, though. I mean, I'm not far behind.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
literally 27,
You'll get there.
unfortunately. Like I said today, I told them I had 2 kids. They're like, what the fuck, nigga? You look 19. I'm like, black don't crack. But white does.
Come on.
All right, that's enough. Turn me off.
Oh my god.
Love you, bro.
I love you back. Thanks for having me
Yeah,
off for
good
real.
looking out, bro.
It was a
Appreciate you,
pleasure
man.
to just chat and shit. But I
Yeah,
gotta
of
go to
course.
bed, and I have like an hour
Way
drive.
past my
Yeah.
bedtime.
Yeah, I mean you're 33, so you do.
Oh shit.
We out.
Later.
Peace.